Glass mosaic tiles can add beauty and style to your decor. Available in a wide variety of colors and patterns, glass mosaic tiles can bring a fresh, unique, and dramatic appearance to kitchens, bathrooms, and many other areas. With the right materials and a little know-how, you can add the beauty of glass mosaic tile to your home. Before installing tile, make sure that the surface is clean. Thin-set mortar needs a clean and porous surface to achieve a strong bond. Plan your layout by measuring the tile and area to be tiled to determine your pattern and identify any cuts that need to be made. Use painter's tape to protect the countertop from the mortar that you will be using for the tiles. Based on your pattern, some of the tile sheets and tiles may need to be cut. The mesh backing on which the small mosaic tiles are mounted can be easily cut with a box cutter or scissors. For cuts through the glass mosaic tiles, a tile wet saw with a diamond cutting blade manufactured specifically for cutting glass tile is recommended. If you do not own a wet saw, you can rent one. Practice on some scrap tiles prior to starting your project. An ultra-white latex-modified thin-set mortar is recommended for installing most glass tiles. Be sure to check the manufacturer's specifications of thin-set mortar to verify that the product is suited for bonding glass tiles. Mix the thin-set mortar according to manufacturer's instructions. Once properly mixed, the thin-set mortar should have a thick, creamy texture. Apply the thin-set mortar with a notched trowel. You'll adjust the thickness in the next step. Work in areas that can be tiled in 10 to 15 minutes. To ensure you have an even distribution of the mortar on the setting surface, hold the trowel at about a 45-degree angle and comb the mortar in a horizontal direction using the notched side of your trowel. The depth and width of the notches will gauge the thickness of the mortar, leaving the proper amount for the tiles. Use the flat side of the trowel and with light pressure, flatten the peaks of the notches in the mortar to create a smooth, even setting surface. This gives you a flat, level surface on which to bond the glass tiles. Set your first sheet of tiles onto the mortar following the pattern you have established. Use a gentle and even pressure to apply the tiles and ensure contact with the mortar. Continue these steps and follow your pattern to place the remainder of the glass tiles to finish your project. After 24 hours, when the mortar has properly cured and the tile is well bonded, use a non-sanded latex-modified colored grout. Mix the grout to the manufacturer's instructions. Apply the grout using the grout float. Hold the float at a 45-degree angle and with a circular motion, use the edges of the float to fully press the grout into the tile joints. Use the edge of the grout float to pull the excess grout from one area to the next to fill in all the joints and remove the excess grout from the tile surface. Use a lightly dampened clean sponge and with light pressure, begin cleaning the surface using a circular motion to remove most of the grout residue and smooth the grout joints. Avoid wetting the surface too much. Too much water can weaken the new grout. Let the grout set up and cure based on the manufacturer's instructions before the final cleanup. For the final cleanup, use a clean sponge and clean water to remove any of the grout residue. After the surface is dry, a cotton towel can also be used to buff off any remaining dry grout residue. Now you are ready to install glass mosaic tile that will provide color, beauty, and style to your home.